Simulation theory versus Maya, unveiling the nature of God. Simulation theory hypothesizes that our reality is a computer simulation created by a vastly advanced civilization. This implies a simulator God, an intelligence responsible for designing and running the program we inhabit. Maya, a core concept in Hinduism and Vedic philosophy, signifying the veil of illusion that obscures our true perception of reality. It emphasizes the impermanence and unreality of the phenomenal world, pointing towards a deeper, underlying Brahman, the ultimate reality or consciousness. Simulation theory challenges the traditional notion of a transcendent God, proposing instead an immanent intelligence woven into the fabric of the simulation. This God may not be personal or anthropomorphic, but rather the code, laws, and design principles governing the simulated universe. Maya does not explicitly deny the existence of God, but suggests a different understanding. Brahman is not a personal deity, but rather the all-encompassing consciousness, the ground of all being. Our individual egos and experiences are seen as part of the illusory Maya, while Brahman represents the true, unchanging reality. While both simulation theory and Maya challenge the traditional concept of a personal, transcendent God, they offer alternative perspectives on the divine that resonate with the search for meaning and purpose in a modern world. Simulation theory suggests an immanent intelligence within the simulated universe, while Maya points towards a universal consciousness beyond the illusion of individuality. These differing understandings of the divine can provide frameworks for ethical living, spiritual exploration, and a sense of awe in the face of the cosmos's vastness and mystery. Both simulation theory and Maya encourage questioning the nature of reality and seeking deeper truths. They emphasize the interconnectedness of all things, potentially informing ethical frameworks based on empathy and non-duality. Each perspective resonates with different aspects of the human experience and our search for meaning and purpose. Ultimately, whether we subscribe to simulation theory, Maya, or a traditional conception of God remains a personal choice. However, these alternative perspectives offer valuable insights into the nature of reality, consciousness, and the divine, enriching our understanding of ourselves and our place in the universe. Both the modern concept of simulation theory and the ancient Hindu philosophy of Maya share a profound implication. Our perception of reality might be fundamentally flawed, concealing a deeper, more enigmatic truth. While they take vastly different approaches, both offer compelling insights into the potential limitations of our understanding. The argument, as technology advances, creating ever more realistic simulations becomes progressively feasible. It follows that a technologically advanced civilization could potentially run incredibly complex simulations, indistinguishable from reality for the simulated beings. Therefore, we cannot rule out the possibility that we ourselves are living in such a simulation. Implication: if true, our perceived reality is not inherent, but an artificial construct. Our experiences, relationships, and even our sense of self could be carefully orchestrated illusions. Evidence: the rapid evolution of virtual reality technology, increasing computational power, and the mind-bending complexity of the universe all lend credence to the possibility of sophisticated simulations. The philosophy, Maya, in Hinduism, signifies the veil of illusion that obscures our perception of the true nature of reality. This illusion includes not only the physical world but also our ego, emotions, and thoughts. Maya is not denying the existence of the world, but emphasizing its impermanence and ultimate unreality compared to the underlying Brahman, the eternal and unchanging divine consciousness. Implication: our senses and mind interpret the world through a distorting lens, creating a subjective and limited experience. To attain enlightenment, one must transcend Maya and perceive the true nature of reality. Evidence: the subjective nature of experience, the limitations of our senses, and the existence of seemingly paradoxical phenomena in quantum mechanics all hint at the possibility of a deeper reality beyond our immediate perception. The connection between Hinduism and the simulation hypothesis. This article explores how concepts like Maya and Brahman align with the simulation argument, suggesting that the simulated reality is like a projection of the unmanifest Brahman. Quantum physics and spirituality, the relationship between quantum mechanics and the Vedas. This book examines the parallels between quantum phenomena like superposition and entanglement with Vedic teachings about interconnectedness and the illusory nature of the separate self. While definitively proving or disproving either simulation theory or the concept of Maya remains elusive, both offer potent philosophical frameworks for questioning the nature of reality. They remind us that our perception might be incomplete, urging us to explore beyond the surface and seek deeper understandings. Whether through technological advancements or spiritual awakening, the possibility of a hidden truth adds a layer of mystery and intrigue to our existence, encouraging us to continuously question and evolve our understanding of the universe and our place within it. Ultimately, the exploration of these ideas serves not to diminish our experience of the present world, but to enrich it with a sense of awe and possibility. We are invited to embrace the unknown, to remain open to the possibility that what we see and touch may not be all there is, and to strive towards a more complete and nuanced understanding of ourselves and our place in the cosmos. God Reimagined, from Transcendent to Immanent in Simulation Theory and Maya. The traditional image of God as a personal, supernatural, and transcendent being has long dominated religious discourse. However, the rise of simulation theory and the enduring wisdom of Maya and Hinduism offer compelling challenges to this established notion. Both propose alternative perspectives on divinity, suggesting a God that is more immanent, impersonal, and natural, or even identical to the ultimate reality or consciousness. Simulation theory and the immanent God. The argument: if we live in a simulation, the creators would reside within the simulated reality itself, not in some external, transcendent realm. This immanent God, though potentially beyond our direct perception, would be intricately woven into the fabric of existence. Challenge to transcendence: the idea of a God wholly separate from the universe becomes untenable. Instead, God is the architect and engineer, the code and the algorithm that governs the simulated reality. Evidence: the intricate laws of physics, the delicate balance of the universe for life, and the ongoing mystery of dark matter and dark energy all hint at a hidden intelligence or design principle inherent within the universe itself. Maya and the impersonal divine. The philosophy, Maya emphasizes the illusory nature of our individual egos and the phenomenal world. The true reality, Brahman, is an impersonal, all-encompassing consciousness that transcends individual identities and the limitations of time and space. Challenge to personality: Brahman is not a being with a specific personality or form. It is the underlying consciousness, the ground of all being, the source from which everything arises and to which everything returns. Evidence: the interconnectedness of all things, the impermanence of individual forms, and the mystical experiences of oneness reported by practitioners of various spiritual traditions all point towards a unified, non-individual consciousness underlying the diversity of the universe. Secular theology: this movement reinterprets traditional religious concepts without relying on the notion of a personal God. Instead, it focuses on the inherent value and interconnectedness of all beings within the universe. The Vedanta philosophy and the doctrine of Maya. This book explores how Vedanta philosophy reconciles the concept of Brahman with the apparent reality of the phenomenal world, explaining Maya as the power of Brahman that creates the illusion of individuality and separation. Simulation theory and Maya, each in their own way, offer profound challenges to the traditional conception of God. They invite us to move beyond the limitations of anthropomorphic deities and consider the possibility of a divine reality that is more immanent, impersonal, and deeply interwoven with the very fabric of existence. This shift in perspective does not diminish the awe and wonder we may experience in contemplating the mystery of existence. It simply expands the canvas upon which we paint our understanding of the divine. Ultimately, whether we choose to see God as the architect of a simulated reality or the underlying consciousness of all being, these alternative perspectives remind us that the universe is a far more profound and mysterious place than we may have initially imagined. They encourage us to continue questioning, exploring, and seeking deeper meaning in the tapestry of existence, ultimately leading us to a more integrated and holistic understanding of ourselves, our place in the cosmos, and the divine force that may lie at its heart. In a world increasingly focused on secularism and the separation of religion and morality, the ideas of simulation theory and Maya offer intriguing possibilities for reconceiving the role of God and finding meaning and purpose in life. These perspectives, though non-traditional, can still resonate with the need for spiritual connection and ethical guidance in a modern context. The argument: if we live in a simulated reality, the logic naturally leads to the question of who created it. This creator, though potentially beyond our comprehension, could be seen as a figure akin to God, a powerful intelligence responsible for designing and overseeing the universe. Support for belief: this perspective allows for a God who is immanent, woven into the fabric of reality, unlike the distant, transcendent God of traditional religions. It avoids issues of anthropomorphism and aligns with the scientific wonder at the universe's intricate laws and vastness. Evidence: the fine-tuning of the universe for life, the potential for advanced civilizations to create simulations, and the ongoing search for a theory of everything. In physics, all contribute to the possibility of a sophisticated intelligence behind the universe. The philosophy, Maya, emphasizes the illusory nature of our individual egos and the phenomenal world. The true reality, Brahman, is an impersonal, all-encompassing consciousness that transcends individual identities and limitations. Meaning and purpose. This perspective suggests that our purpose lies not in seeking personal gain or earthly satisfaction, but in aligning ourselves with this universal consciousness through ethical living and spiritual practice. Faith and reason. Maya promotes a balance between faith and reason, acknowledging the limitations of our senses and intellect while encouraging personal spiritual exploration and the cultivation of virtues like compassion and wisdom. Ethical implications. Living in an illusory world, according to Maya, emphasizes interconnectedness and non-duality. We are responsible for our actions and their impact on the whole, encouraging ethical behavior based on empathy and understanding. Is belief in God necessary for good values? Global Survey on Religion and Morality. This study shows that belief in God does not automatically correlate with higher moral behavior. However, the concept of a divine presence or immanent consciousness could still provide ethical motivation through a sense of connection and responsibility. How the Hindu concept of Maya adapts to reality and communication. This article explores how Maya can be interpreted in a modern context, encouraging us to see beyond superficial appearances and strive for a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Simulation theory and Maya, while distinct in their origins, offer fresh perspectives on the role of God and meaning in a secular world. They suggest a divine presence that is immanent, impersonal, and interwoven with the universe, providing alternative motivations for ethical living and spiritual exploration beyond traditional religious frameworks. These ideas do not necessarily require traditional notions of faith or dogma, but offer a sense of wonder and purpose rooted in the awe-inspiring complexity of the universe and our place within it. Ultimately, whether these perspectives resonate with individuals depends on their personal beliefs and experiences. However, they offer valuable food for thought in a world increasingly seeking alternative pathways to meaning and connection in a secular age. Thesis statement. While both simulation theory and Maya challenge the traditional concept of a personal, transcendent God, they offer alternative perspectives on the divine that resonate with the search for meaning and purpose in a modern world. Simulation theory suggests an immanent intelligence within the simulated universe, while Maya points towards a universal consciousness beyond the illusion of individuality. These differing understandings of the divine can provide frameworks for ethical living, spiritual exploration, and a sense of awe in the face of the cosmos's vastness and mystery. Simulation theory and Maya are two different concepts that challenge the traditional notion of God. Simulation theory suggests that we may be living in a computer simulation created by a technologically advanced civilization. Maya is a Hindu concept that refers to the veil of illusion that obscures our true perception of reality. Both simulation theory and Maya suggest that our perception of reality is not accurate, and that there may be a deeper, underlying truth hidden from us. They also suggest that God may be more immanent, impersonal, and natural, or even identical to the ultimate reality or consciousness. If simulation theory is true, it has profound implications for our understanding of ourselves and our place in the universe. If Maya is true, it suggests that we should focus on seeking enlightenment and transcending the illusion of the world. Both simulation theory and Maya can provide frameworks for ethical living, spiritual exploration, and a sense of awe in the face of the cosmos's vastness and mystery. More research is needed to determine whether simulation theory is a viable explanation for reality. We can learn more about Maya by studying Hindu scriptures and practicing meditation. We can live our lives in a way that is consistent with our beliefs about the nature of reality. The concepts of simulation theory and Maya are complex, and there is no easy answer to the question of whether they are true. However, they can be valuable tools for helping us to think about the nature of reality and our place in the universe. Even if we never find definitive answers to these questions, the journey of exploration is itself worthwhile. For further exploration, Nick Bostrom's Are We Living in a Computer Simulation? The Bhagavad Gita, a central Hindu scripture discussing Maya and Brahman. The Simulation Hypothesis by Riz Virk, exploring the intersection of science and spirituality.